What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Bird. We back on Bird's Eye View with it. Like always, appreciate the love and support. Please continue to like, comment, and subscribe. Stop what you're doing. Smash the like button. Smash subscribe button. Hop in the comment section. Comment whatever you want. Of course, I'm dropping daily bangers day by day. You know we got news of the day coming out of Colorado. And we're going to jump right into it. So obviously, yesterday I dropped the starting projected offensive line video. I appreciate you all for running that up. I know a few of you guys were asking if I could do a defensive line video. So of course, I'm going to bring you guys that. We all know this defensive line, which was led by Jordan Dominic this past season, will need an upgrade without question. Of course, we struggled defending the run. At times, we also struggled getting after the quarterback. Now, I believe we'll run a 4-2-5, 2 ends, 2 tackles, 2 backers, and 5 DBs. So here are my projected defensive line starters along with some rotational guys as well. We're going to start with Sam Okunlola. He's a 4-star edge rusher. He's 6'4", 245 out of Brockton, Massachusetts. Pitt transfer, a productive player that played his best games and his biggest games against Louisville and against Florida State this season. Played extremely well against both of those teams. Demonstrate good pass rushing ability, nice frame and athleticism. He was ACC Rookie of the Week after his Louisville performance. In 10 games, had 18 tackles, 6 tackles for loss, 5 sacks, which tied for the team lead. He had 1 forced fumble and 1 fumble recovery as well. He was expected to be a key piece for that Pittsburgh Panthers defense. Obviously, he'll be making plays in Boulder. He's going to come flying off the edge, and he has multiple years of eligibility as well. Still 3 years left out of this young man. Let's keep this train rolling with Quincy Wiggins. He's another 4-star defensive lineman, 6'5", 265 out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. LSU transfer. In 2022, he was the #1 overall player in the state of Louisiana. He was a top 10 defensive lineman in the country, a blue chip recruit, a top 50 national player, has great size and abilities, physically gifted, a lot of physical tools that'll help him be a productive player without question. Be excited for Quincy Wiggins. We're going to get a lot of good production out of this young man. Let's keep it rolling. We got Chidozie Nwankwo. He's a 3-star defensive lineman, 5'11", 300 pounds out of Richmond, Texas. Houston transfer, coming out of high school, was a top 80 defensive tackle in the country, was a top 130 overall player in the state of Texas. He's a 2-time state champion wrestler in high school, a productive defensive tackle that started 27 games for that Houston program, moves well for his size, extremely strong. He'll be one of the strongest guys in the weight room without question. Stout in the run game, tackles well, sheds off blockers really well, really good mobility. Had 95 tackles, 13 tackles for loss, 5 sacks, and 1 block kick as well. He had a 74.1 Pro Football Focus grade, which was second on University of Houston's defense. He hit the portal. He had offers from Baylor, Maryland, Missouri, Texas Tech, just to name a few. Obviously, he'll be making plays in Boulder, Colorado. He's one of the players that I'm most excited for without question. This man is a real dog, man. I'm telling you right now, he is a well-needed piece that we needed to plug in the middle of this defense. Some things that we struggled at, he does really well. And I'm really excited to see this young man come in and make plays. It wouldn't shock me if Coach Prime gives him an L or a D for his jersey. Of course, the L is for leader, the D is for dog. It wouldn't shock me at all. He's one of those type of guys that it seems like he's going to be a really, really great guy in the locker room as well. He's going to lead by example, and he's going to make plays, man, for this Colorado football program. Be excited for Chidozie. He is going to come in without question right away. He's expected to be a plug-and-play guy. Can't wait to see him and what he's going to do for 2024. Let's keep it rolling. We got Terrene Carter. He's a 3-star defensive tackle, 6'3", 303 out of Mansfield, Texas. Arkansas transfer, coming out of high school, was a top 60 defensive tackle in the country. A well put together defensive tackle that moves well for his size, physical, very strong at the point of attack. I'm expecting him to be a plug and play guy as well. Gets after it in the run game, dog. Him and Chidozie plugging up that middle. It's going to be fun to watch them two team up without question. At Arkansas, he had 60 tackles, 6.5 tackles for loss, 2.5 sacks, and 2 passes defended. Obviously, he committed to this Colorado football program, which was a major get for us to land this young man coming out of the SEC. You get a man with SEC production without question. Of course, I believe he was teammates with Miles Slusher as well. Of course, Slusher came from Arkansas also. So we're going to see exactly what it transpire. But in my opinion, I expect this young man to come in and immediately make plays. I love how we upgraded positions of need and got guys with high-level production. This guy has production in the SEC, so we're going to see how that translates. Let's keep it rolling. We have Anquin Barnes. He's a 3-star defensive tackle, 6'5", 315 out of Montgomery, Alabama. Alabama transfer, they call him Big Quinn, obviously 6'5", 315. He was a top 45 defensive lineman, in the country. He was a top 15 overall player in the state of Alabama. Of course, he committed to that Alabama program. Didn't see the field much at Bama, but we're expecting some production coming out of this young man. He definitely has the size and the tools. This train don't stop. We have Keaton Wade. He's a 4-star linebacker / defensive end, 6'5", 250 out of Spring Hill, Tennessee. University of Kentucky transfer. Coming out of high school, was a top 20 linebacker in the country, a top 200 overall player, a well put together linebacker that's extremely aggressive and productive. In 2022, as a true freshman, played in all 13 games, had 16 tackles, 2.5 tackles for loss, 1.5 sacks, and 1 PBU as well. In 2023, he had 35 tackles, 1 sack, 3 tackles for loss, 3 quarterback hurries, and a block kick as well. I mean, he's a fiery linebacker that has the ability to put his hand in the dirt and come off the edge. This is a guy that Kentucky did not want to lose. He's versatile. He's listed as a linebacker, but he can also come flying off the edge as well. Be excited for him. We have Nikhil Webb Walker. He's a 3-star edge rusher, 6'6", 275 out of Jamaica, New Mexico State transfer. A well put together edge rusher that's versatile. He also has experience playing outside linebacker as well. Quick off the ball, very strong and physical. In 2023, had 23 tackles, 3 sacks, 5 tackles for loss, 1 forced fumble as well. He had SEC offers when he hit the transfer portal. Of course, obviously, he committed to this Colorado football program. Looking forward to seeing what this young man's going to bring to Boulder. Let's keep it rolling with some guys that have been there. We got Shane Coates, 3-star defensive tackle, 6'3", 275 out of Dayton, Ohio. Of course, he transferred from Dartmouth. He was with this Colorado football program this past season. One of them leaders that Coach Prime was talking about. Of course, he was given the L on the front of his jersey. He was one of the first defensive players to earn his number. Definitely quick off the football. He was a disruptor at Dartmouth without question. Had 53 tackles there, 8.5 tackles for loss, 4.5 sacks. Of course, he was all conference in the Ivy League. This past season at Colorado, he was second on the team for defensive linemen with tackles. He had 30 tackles. He played in all 12 games. He had 9 starts. He finished with 1 pass defended as well. Looking forward to see Shane Coates take that next step. Of course, he's a vocal leader without question. He also gets it done on the field as well. But it's a lot of competition now within this Colorado football program, which is great. Of course, we all love good competition because at the end of the day, it's going to make this team better without question. And I feel like Shane Coates is one of those guys that's going to definitely benefit for the amount of competition that's in Boulder right now. Looking forward to seeing him. Of course, we got Kairi Mans. We all know about the 3-star edge rusher, 6'3", 235 out of New Rochelle, New York, University of Maine transfer. Of course, he was with this Colorado football program this past season. He played in 11 games. He had 1 start. He had 9 tackles. He also had 1 sack as well. Of course, he has speed coming off the edge. We know about his production at the University of Maine. Looking forward to seeing him take that next step as well. Let's keep it rolling with Chaz Wallace, 3-star defensive tackle, 6'2", 300 pounds out of Glen Arden, Maryland. Of course, he transferred from Old Dominion, was with this Colorado football program. Really good production at ODU, had multiple Power 5 offers when he hit the portal. Played in 10 games, had 11 tackles, 1.5 sacks. Looking forward to him taking that next step as well. We got Amari McNeil, 3-star defensive lineman, 6'4", 285 out of Swaney, Georgia. Tennessee transfer. Of course, he had production in 2023, had 31 tackles, 3 sacks, 7 tackles for loss, which was third on the team behind JD and Bentley. Can't wait to see the next step that he takes in his production. Be on the lookout for a really, really impactful year from Amari McNeil. He's going to be a sleeper. We can't forget about Arden Walker, 3-star defensive end, 6'2", 255 out of Denver, Colorado. Of course, coming out of that 2021 class, he was a top 5 player in the state of Colorado. In 2023, appeared in 12 games, making 2 starts, played over 200 defensive snaps, recorded 12 tackles, a forced fumble, and a sack as well. He was only a redshirt sophomore, so he still has multiple years of eligibility. Let's switch over to some high school guys. We got some high school dogs coming in. Let's start with 4-star Brandon Davis Swain. 4-star defensive lineman, 6'4", 240 out of West Bloomfield, Michigan, was a top 4 overall player in the state of Michigan, top 20 defensive lineman in the country. He was a top 150 national player, super athletic, caught touchdown passes at tight end this past season. He's 3rd all-time in sacks in Michigan's history. Just lives in the backfield, very quick off the football. Looking forward to this young man. Let's keep it rolling. We got Eric Brantley. He's a 3-star defensive lineman, 6'2", 250, out of Valdosta, Georgia. In that 2024 class, was a top 50 defensive lineman in the country, top 45 overall player in the state of Georgia. Another very athletic defensive lineman with high-level production, scored multiple touchdowns on offense as well. His senior year racked up 100 tackles, 34 tackles for loss, and 12 sacks as well. I really think this is a sneaky good piece for that 2024 class. He's going to develop into an extremely good player. So if you made it this far, I appreciate you. Of course, this is just my opinion here, what I think. If you guys have a different opinion, please leave it in the comment section below. Of course, I left off guys like J.J. Hawkins, the transfer from Ole Miss. Of course, Savell Smalls, who I'm thinking Savell Smalls is actually going to be a tight end this year. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I've seen him in some of the well-off media videos with the white t-shirt on, which is for the offensive guys. So it's looking like he's going to be a developmental tight end, but not going to keep you long. Just want to bring you guys a phenomenal update. Please continue to like, comment, and subscribe. You know what time it is, dog. Bird's eye view, man.